the Premier League top 4 race is looking unbelievable right now. This is probably the tightest top 4 race we've had in quite a while. Honestly, it's very tight between like 2 and like 5 points, so any team could move into that top 4 spot. So in second we have Arsenal with 55 points. They have that pretty much locked up over there, unless they keep on dropping points and other teams just keep picking up points, then we might have a problem. So myself as an Arsenal fan, we need to secure that top 4 spot. If we don't, it's gonna be a big problem, and maybe we could see Mikel Arteta out of there. And we have Nottingham Forest, who are in 3rd place. I mean, it's quite tight over there. They have 51 points, then you have Chelsea in 4th with like 49 points, so that's a like 3-point gap. So if Nottingham Forest like draw and then Chelsea win, it'll be basically, I believe, a 1-point gap. That would be crazy. But we have Man City pushing up there as well, putting pressure on Chelsea. Chelsea have 49 points. Man City have 47, so if Chelsea lose and then Man City win, Man City move into 4th. And now with this upcoming game, Arsenal are playing Chelsea, so if Chelsea lose and Man City win, we'll see Man City in 4th. Newcastle as well joint 47 points with Man City, so both of those teams honestly could push into that top 4. Newcastle or even Man City. We could see Newcastle in the Champions League again. And then we have Brighton. They are pretty close behind Newcastle with 46 points, Newcastle with 47. Man, this race is unbelievable. From like 9th to like 2nd, it's a pretty small gap. I would say it's not small, but it's a 11-point gap between Arsenal and Bournemouth. Arsenal in 2nd, Bournemouth in 9th, but Arsenal, they've dropped off in form recently, drawing to Manchester United. They drew to Nottingham Forest before that game as well. So if this form continues, bro, I swear if we drop in our form and lose a few games, I am not gonna be happy at all. Now Nottingham Forest, they've been very good this season. They did win against Manchester City in this past match, 1-0. Hudson-Odoi getting that win, and honestly they've been very good this season. They're just incredibly good in that low block. It's usually what they play, and then they just counter, which works very well for them. A lot of the attackers are doing very well. Chris Wood doing great. Chelsea, yikes, it's been a struggle for them, I would say, this season. Like, sure, they're in 4th, but they dropped down at some point. I think a few weeks ago they were in like 7th place, so it was looking not too good. Right now they're in 4th though, so I think it's looking pretty good. But again, as I said, they play Arsenal in their next match, and personally I think we will beat Chelsea unless Chelsea come out and play very well. But they haven't been in the best form, if we're being honest. They only beat Leicester City 1-0, I think, in their last game, and Cole Palmer missed a penalty. He has not been on his game at all in 2025. Like, I don't think he has any goals or assists for Chelsea in 2025, so 2025 has not been too good for him. But hopefully he steps up a little bit in these next few games, just not against Arsenal, please. Now Man City, the previous Premier League champions from last season, I mean, not the same team. They are without Rodri. They have had a lot of injuries as well, but they have Doku in the squad. Marmoush has been balling out recently as well. Haaland, I believe he missed out in the last game as well, so once Haaland comes back in scoring those goals, I think he's gonna help out this team massively. And still, they're a pretty decent team. Like, they're having a pretty off season, I would say, but they're still pushing the top 4. They're in like 5th place right now. I do think they will secure that Champions League spot for sure. I just think there's no way Pep Guardiola gets Europa League football. I just don't see it. Man City, they have quality players all around. Defense, it's been lacking a bit this season. Like Akanji, he's been pretty good in some matches, but also lackluster in some matches. But Diaz and Kusanov has been very good in recent matches, putting his body on the line with blocks, tackles. Just his pace is unreal. His recovery pace is very, very good as well. So they're slowly rebuilding their team there, but this season I do see them getting into that top 4 position. Now Newcastle, they've been pretty decent as well. I think Isak has been carrying them, honestly, in terms of goals. Right now he's in 3rd place for the top goal scorers. He has 19 goals behind Haaland with 20 goals and Mo Salah obviously leading the charts with 27. Newcastle, I think they play with 2 up front. They play with Isak up front, then they have like Gordon. They interchange a bit like that, and honestly, it works well. But they have a final coming up against Liverpool this upcoming Sunday, so possibly they could be winning a trophy this season. In terms of top 4, I just don't think they will get it. Maybe they could get Europa League football, but once again, they're battling out with Chelsea and Man City as well. Brighton have actually stepped up their game recently. 46 points. That's pretty good, because I remember they lost 7-0 to Nottingham Forest 1 or 2 months back, and then after that they won like 8 or 9 games unbeaten. That is unbelievable from a team like them. Like, their form was not too good before that 7-0 whooping from Nottingham Forest, but after that they just started playing very well, getting goals, defensively doing very well. Honestly, I just don't see them getting European football as well. Just not enough quality, I think, in the attack. Although Joao Pedro, he has been very good for the club and he's being looked at by various other clubs. I think he was on Liverpool's radar and some other clubs' radar as well. Aston Villa, 45 points right now. It's kind of like a 4-point gap at the moment, which is pretty tight between 8th and like 4th. That's pretty crazy. So if all the other teams above them drop points and Aston Villa win their next 2 games or something, then yeah, they could possibly be in the top 4. They are as well in the Champions League. They're in the quarterfinals, which is very impressive. I think they're a pretty good team with Watkins. He's not been scoring too much this season, but recently he has been getting those goals in as well. They have Morgan Rogers, who has been stepping up as well, but I don't know. I don't see Aston Villa getting European football once again this season, although they have been stepping up their performances recently. Like last game they played Brentford, won 1-0, and then before that they did get whooped by Crystal Palace 4-1. That came out of absolutely nowhere. The 9th place team, Bournemouth, they have actually been, I would say, one of the most underrated teams in this season. They've beaten Man City, beaten Arsenal, beaten Tottenham, like a lot of the big teams, but recently they have had a massive drop off, if I'm being honest. Like, maybe due to injuries, but I don't know what's happened to them. Like, drew against Tottenham in their last game 2-2, and they lost against Brighton before that game. They lost 2-1, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Maybe some defensive problems, as I know Zabarny, he did get a red card, and I don't think he has been playing in these matches as well. So yeah, they're missing Zabarny and Huijsen, who have been absolutely massive for them this season. In terms of defensively, 2 young center backs who have been cooking, honestly. Kirkic has been phenomenal. Like, the cross in that last game against Tottenham, that was pinpoint. Now I see why Liverpool are looking at this guy. Kluivert has been stepping up as well, playing in that attacking midfielder role, kind of like a second striker. Semenyo has been very good, just running at defenders, very physical as well. So I see why a lot of clubs are looking at Bournemouth players, because they've been stepping it up this season. But if we're talking about the top 4, I'm gonna predict them right now. I think it's gonna be, for me, it's gonna be obviously Liverpool got the title secured. I think Arsenal will keep that 2nd place spot. Nottingham Forest will keep the 3rd place spot. So 4th place is where we will leave it. And I think Man City will secure that 4th place spot. So let me know what you guys think the top 4 is gonna look like at the end of the season, and hopefully you did enjoy the video. I kind of went off the dome a little bit this video. Usually I have kind of like a script or something, not really a script but like some notes on my computer, but this time I wanted to try out without some notes because why not? Want to try something different. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below your top 4 predictions for the end of the season. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.